Hello, and thank you for joining me for this presentation on the IU East 2020 Performance Evaluation Process. This presentation will give an overview of the process as well as some guidelines to help supervisors and employees navigate through it as smoothly as possible. This year, IU Human Resources has some new tools to help supervisors facilitate more helpful conversations with employees beyond the annual evaluation, so please continue watching. The performance evaluation form is used for support staff, service, and professional employees and includes a self-evaluation. The self-evaluation is not required but can be very useful. You may complete one if you would like to share it with your supervisor to assist in the evaluation process or if your supervisor requires it. The IU East performance evaluation process is behavior-based. This type of performance appraisal seeks to emphasize clearly defined job duties, a process of planning for employee goal setting, encouraging ongoing two-way conversations between supervisor and employee throughout the evaluation year, and employee development. One critical aspect of this process involves having position descriptions updated. HR works with supervisors throughout the year to ensure that employees have an updated position description on file. If you or your supervisor believes your position description needs to be reviewed, please contact Evelyn Gordon at extension 8232. Also, if you have not already done so, please turn in your quarterly conversation forms to Human Resources. Let's take a look at the form itself. The cover page asks for basic employee and supervisor information. You will record the review period as January 1st, 2019 to December 31st, 2019. The next page asks for feedback on employees' performance that is directly related to their particular job duties. This is where the importance of updated position descriptions comes into play. On the self-evaluation, employees will list some key duties and give their thoughts regarding their performance, while supervisors will give feedback on that performance on the evaluation form. Performance competencies continue into the next page, as well as an overall performance rating. Please note that ratings of exceptional or unsatisfactory both require a justification to support the rating. The next page allows supervisors to recap the 3 quarterly conversations which took place in 2019, as well as the goals which were set and information about whether they were reached. The timetable lists all the events related to performance appraisals which will take place in 2020. A copy of the timeline is posted online on the IU East HR website. Beginning January 2020, supervisors will schedule meetings with employees, allowing them time to complete self-evaluation forms if they wish or if the supervisor requires it. Annual evaluation meetings will be held during the month of February, and the forms will be reviewed by Human Resources, then sent to next-level supervisors in March. Quarterly conversations will be held in April, July, and October. Updates to position descriptions can take place throughout the year as necessary, but they should generally be reviewed in November and December. This will help prepare for the next year's performance evaluation process. Supervisors should communicate with HR to ensure that any changes or updates to employee position descriptions have been updated in the employee's record. Quarterly conversations will continue to be used as a tool to foster ongoing conversation between supervisors and employees regarding performance. Participation in the quarterly conversation process brings more meaning to the annual evaluation process. Remember, employees having clarity on their performance and progress throughout the year is a key component of employee engagement. Regular meetings also help employees stay on track with goals or adjust them throughout the year if needed. Supervisors should remember that these conversations should include a two-way communication between the supervisor and the employee, and they should be brief. Here are some do's and don'ts as you go through the performance evaluation process. Do work with each employee to set appropriate goals for the year. These goals can focus on professional development and/or process improvement and should be revisited throughout the year during the quarterly conversations. Do avoid evaluator bias. According to Jonathan Siegel of Businessweek, some managers unconsciously favor employees that possess similar characteristics as the manager. Bias causes leaders to focus more on the personality and style of the employee instead of the actual achievements. Do tell the truth. It can be very difficult for employees and supervisors to speak candidly about areas in need of improvement. However, it is an important challenge that can be overcome. If you need help with language to use in your meeting or other resources to help build trust between you and your team members, please contact Evelyn Gordon at extension 8232. Don't surprise your employees. Employees should be well aware of their strengths and opportunities for growth by the time they reach the annual evaluation. Don't try to go it alone. Contact HR if you have questions about this process. And finally, if an employee has been evaluated as inconsistent or unsatisfactory, please contact Human Resources so that we can discuss an appropriate performance improvement plan. As I mentioned earlier, the performance management process is one that should be ongoing throughout the year. It can be difficult to address performance concerns or know how to discuss priorities or get meaningful feedback about an employee's experience. IU Human Resources has developed a set of tools for supervisors to assist with these conversations. These tools are optional and not expected to accompany your annual evaluation forms. The 30/30 Communication Conversation Tool provides a concise format for 30-minute conversations which are meant to establish a dialogue about employee growth and development and to build trust between an employee and a leader. Priority Conversation Guide is helpful for giving employees a tool for addressing the achievement of goals and accountabilities, identifying challenges, providing input, and creating solutions. Finally, the Employee Experience Conversation Guide gives employees a way to provide input and feedback. This is an important part of employee engagement and can serve as a powerful retention tool. Thank you for watching, and remember, please contact Human Resources with any questions you may have.